agenda in the next 2 minutes, and then this is for the next 7 days. Okay. Number one, grilling me is allowed, which means you can put any question anytime you want. Okay. Number two, since I am also human, so you would see me actually getting stuck. So the best part which you are going to see is how I get out of the problems, or if not, तो अटक तो मैं भी सकता ही हूँ, right? Number three, all of you guys are interviewers, so you can bombard me with any of the coding question. Okay. Fourth, we will code directly onto the compiler. Okay. Fifth, I would be talking. Okay, wherein I would be speaking everything what goes in my head. Okay, whether I'm starting with a brute force approach, ki kya initial approach aaya hai, then how am I optimizing? Basically, the objective is to make sure that all the test cases are passed on lead code for the question that we have picked. Sixth, any random question we are going to pick, either from the portal or from LinkedIn or LinkedIn Caro. Lead code, anything is fine. Okay. And lastly, there is no capping on the time. So yes, I conveyed it to you that it would be from 9 to 10, but to take it, more. So if you feel like it is getting too much, so you can say, hey, we want to sleep or anything like that. We would stop. Okay. If by the end of this 7 days, if you want, I would be more than happy to refer you guys in Google at the moment. Okay. And if you are able to solve these questions only, um, the current questions that we do, it would be more than just revise these questions daily. Okay. This is the cohort 2 of cracking the Google in the 7 days, or preparing for Google in 7 days. Okay. Let's start.
Which are those questions?
Like, we would randomly pick. There is no question as such. We would randomly pick. Okay. Let's say, okay, I'll show you the drill.
I don't know, can I ask something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So you're going to refer us after 7 days, right?
If you want to, I can.
No, that's the thing. Then you told me, right? Then we can, if I get an interview call in a week or so, then I can talk to the interviewer and ask them for time too, right? For study.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, then. That's fine, because obviously we need to get, like, I need the time, right? To prepare for Google is not a small thing.
I'll show you the drill basically.
And Arun, there is one more question. So interviewer can ask only the theoretical questions, and like he can ask to write any logic and any
logic. Mostly he would ask to like no logic only.
Only logic. So
let me give you a question. Not give you. Let me take a question. If you see, I've not really done these questions, so let me pick longest increasing subsequence. Okay. Okay. Let's pick this question. Let's open it up. Chalo. Let me just sign in. ठीक है, इसको रिफ्रेश कर देते हैं. Okay. Find the longest increasing subsequence of a given array of integers A. In other words, find a subsequence of array in which the subsequences element are strictly in increasing order and in which the subsequence is as long as possible. Okay. The constraints given are length of A would be till 2500. And let's see this test case in this 1215. The longest increasing subsequence could be 1, 2, and 5. Perfect. Let's see. And the answer is 3 here. If you see in input number 2, the longest increasing subsequence could be 0, 4, 6, 7, 15. ऐसे कुछ बन सकता है. I think what we can do is we can make use of DP here by Okay. And if we see length of A is 2500. So maximum number of operations that I can do is 10 to the power 8. So order of n square or n cube can also work in this scenario, right? So what I can do is I can take a dp vector, okay, and
Sorry
if
to interrupt you, Arun. Sorry to
Hmm.
interrupt you. So the question is asking for about like for increasing that. Let me open that question in my portal as well.
No,
Arun,
no,
can you send the question too, like in the chat?
हाँ, ठीक है. What I'll do is I'll give you 1 minute to read the question.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Arun.
Okay, I'm giving 1 minute everyone to quickly read the question and bombard me with whatever you want. Like I'm coding, see how I code, how I talk, how I think. Okay,
Okay.
1 minute. I am not saying anything right now. In the meantime, I'll get water for myself. Okay, shall we start? I think everyone would
Yeah,
have.
start.
Yeah. Okay. So what I've done is I've taken a DP vector. Okay. Right now, if my element is only one, right? For this index, longest increasing subsequence ending at index 1, this index is 1 only, right?
Yep.
So dp dot push back 1. Now, if I have to make sure that my what is the longest increasing subsequence ending at 8, same goes for I would find what is the longest increasing subsequence ending at 4. What is the longest increasing subsequence ending at 12? Whichever would be the maximum would be my answer. Yes or no?
Yep.
For
Yes.
instance, I equals to 1.
Longest increasing.
Yes. I less than v dot size I plus plus. Okay. Now, if I have to make sure that the subsequence is always increasing, so for this, okay, let's consider this. I can have the element 2 before 6, yes or no? We can
Mhm.
have it, right? Because if I know what is the longest increasing subsequence ending at 2, I would, one of the possibility would be I would add plus 1 to that list, and one of the possibilities for 6 could be this, right? The other possibility could be tell me the longest increasing subsequences ending at 4 plus 1 would be the length of longest increasing subsequence ending at 6, right? Guys,
So basically, max value,
yes,
max of the current value plus dp plus one, right?
yes, that's what. Because
Okay.
dp is storing the length, right?
Mhm.
So j less than I, comma, j plus plus. If my v of j is
Uh,
greater than equals to v of I, then तो we need to just continue क्योंकि it doesn't make sense, increasing नहीं रहेगा, right? Else what I'm initially doing is dp dot push back 1 का subsequence तो हमेशा ही रहेगा,
Mhm.
right? So dp of I equals to max of dp of I comma dp of j plus 1, right? And what we can also do is we can take an answer, right? And we can update, or we can do it like this.
So basically, we have to keep the track of the maximum length too, right?
Yeah, answer equals to max of answer comma dp of,
Oh, I, I have to
right?
practice lots of dp.
And finally I think we can return answer. Let's try and run it. Okay, compilation is successful. Test cases have passed. Final verdict is that it's done. Let's submit it. Okay, compilation full. Okay, I think done. So
Yep.
this was what medium problem, and generally
Mhm.
advised medium problem can be done in 20 to 25 minutes, right? We
Mhm.
did it, I think, in the 6 minutes only, right? Because I think at
Mhm.
9:10 we started. So good
Yes.
start. This way, what you can do is you can give me any question from the portal, and I would attempt it in front of you.
Uh,
Okay.
uh, I don't. That's the thing. Like I need to practice a lot to get really good at DP, right? So there are two approaches. Like yeah, we did in DP, right? There's also a binary search approach to it, but DP is like more like if we know DP probably it's much easier to solve it in time, right?
Mhm.
So basically, so that's the thing. So we have to practice DP a lot, like write
Yeah.
it out.
Okay. Bombard me with questions now. Anyone. Next question. Which one should I pick? You can ask me to open any of the topic, and I would do it.
Okay, I'm just watching your screen.
Yeah.
Longest thinker, can you just explain again?
Which
Achha,
one? This one. You want
Longest
to
one,
explain? Yeah. Have you done DP actually?
little,
no.
very little, little.
Yeah.
I have to practice a lot.
So what you can do is you can skip this question for now because
Okay.
it is a good. So for that, I would to explain
uh,
you the basics and
can
the.
I suggest something?
Tell me, tell me.
So we are doing this for 7 days, right? So I have the neat code roadmap open in front of me. So can we choose topics and follow by doing that?
Bombard me with any question. Give me the question directly. You are the interviewer.
Yeah, hi Arun.
Okay.
I
Can we
am not
solve traffic green
explaining the
water problem
topic
now?
here. I am not going to explain any topic.
Okay.
I
Okay.
am going to answer you questions
Okay.
straight up. If this passes, you have to see how I solve a question. Okay. I think
And
Raghu gave some question.
So yeah,
Raghu,
this is a question from Nikhil actually.
okay.
Yeah, he must be joining in some time,
ठीक
mostly.
है.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
so we can send this question, right?
Yeah.
Actually.
So a valid IP address consists of exactly 4 integers separated by single dots. Each integer is between 0 and 225 and cannot have leading zeros. For example, this and these are valid IPs, but this okay, all of these are not are they are basically invalid IPs. Given a string S containing only digits, return all possible valid IPs that can be formed by inserting dots into S. You're not allowed to reorder or remove any digit. You may return the valid IP address in any order. Okay. So basically they want me to return also. Makes sense. And any number can be between 0 and 255. Makes sense. So what we can do is, first of all, we can take a vector of string that is like the answer vector. Okay. Second, what we have to do is we can take a temporary string also, where we keep on putting all this stuff. Let's see the constraints. If you see, the length is maximum length that is allowed is 20, which means this question will only be solved via recursion. If this question would have had some bigger constraints, then surely some optimization would have happened. But since it is still 20, so this will not have any optimization. This will only be done via recursion. So I've taken a temporary string, I've taken answer vector. What I'll do is I'll start with we अच्छा 4 integers में ही divide करना है. Okay, so I'll make a helper function where we would pass current string. Right now we have to start with index 0. I would pass in answer and I would pass in my temporary this thing also, and finally I would return my answer. Let's create this temporary helper. So return type could be void helper string and s int index. This is my answer vector and my string and temp. And also we have to put only 3 dots, right? So what we can do is right now there are 0 dots. So in decimal. Okay. Now let's start. Mm, So when am I allowed to put temp into my answer? There would be three things. If my index is equals to s dot size, which means I've traversed my string fully, right? So this would be my base case. Now, if decimal equals 3, then which means 3 decimals are done. We have ordered everything properly, and I can put my temp into my answer. So answer dot pushback my temp, and we can return from here, or basically we can return any which way. Done. Now, what all things can I do? I I would have to put in decimals are 0. If my decimal somehow has increased by 3, it is greater than 3, in that case we should not proceed further. We can also return, and now I should focus on building my own. So for int I equals to index I lesser than, at max the number can go up till 255, right? So at max 3 digits are allowed uh, to in the temp at one instance, right? And no exceeding zeros. So if my this thing starts 0, if my s of index is equals 0, then only one possible case is allowed, wherein temp dot pushback pass in 0, and then I have to apply dot also. Dot pushback. Then I should call my helper method again. So helper s comma index plus 1 comma my answer comma my temporary string comma my decimal current decimal plus 1. And finally, when this is done, what I should do is I should remove these two characters also. So temp dot okay. Now I am at a state where my current index is not 0. So I am allowed to take in 3 digits, right? So 3 places. So in that case, I can, instead of applying a for loop, I can do it, or I can write it also. Int number. So this is basically a number, right? Actually, so this number would be s of I, not I, index minus character 0, right? If this number, here I can simply return also actually. If this number is less than equals to 255, then I'm allowed to do one thing, which is what? Temp dot push back.
Mhm.
I can pass in this character, which is what? S of index. Okay. And since I'm putting in one digit, or I've put in digit, so I have to put one dot also, right? because this is what is allowed. So temp dot pushback a character dot, and I should pass in for the recursion for further row. So helper इसमें s comma index plus 1 comma answer temp and decimal plus 1. Answer comma temp comma decimal plus 1. I have to put in one decimal. Now this would be done. This one position is done. What I should do is temp dot pop back, because I just need to remove that decimal. The number is fine. Let me do it. Let me remove the both only, actually, both the characters.
So we basically placing dots for every position, right?
Not every position.
Different, not every. And basically we're building the IP address when 3 dots are placed.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to just decide the positioning of the dots only, na?
Yes.
So now first is that I have taken in one number. Let me now take in the second, because second is also allowed. 2-digit number is always going to be lesser than 255, right? So num equals to num into 10 minus plus s of index minus character 0. Okay. 2-digit number is also going to be lesser. So let's just put this check. Okay. And we'll do the same thing. By the way, this is not index, this is index plus 1. There's one more thing that we need to check, by the way, that this index plus 1 should not go beyond the size, right? So if index plus 1 is a lesser than s dot size, then only we are allowed to do this. I think we need to put actually, इसको भी remove करो, and I think we can copy the same thing again. Wherein this is index plus 1 dot, this is index plus 2, rest of it is correct. Now we have to do the third thing, which is the third digit number, right? Okay. So number equals to, by the way, we have to apply one more. If index plus 2 num into 100 plus s of index plus 1 minus character 0 into 10 plus s of index minus character 0, index plus 2, sorry. This should be lesser than 255, only then we are allowed to do the same method, right? Temp dot pushback, this plus 2, this plus 3, decimal plus 1. ठीक है.
Mhm.
Now we have done for all the 3 digits because we were allowed till 3 digits only, right? Now finally we have to pop back also, right? इसमें से तीनों के तीनों डिजिट्स हटा दो अगर यहां तक आ रहा है तो, और इफ नॉट वी कैन पॉप आउट डिजिट्स तो बाहर ओनली. ठीक है, इसको इस तरीके से करते हैं. num equals num into 10 plus s of index plus 1 minus character 0. So इससे num हमारा अपग्रेड हो गया. सेम
Deleting zeros. अच्छा.
ठीक है, इसको फिर से करो. num into 10 प्लस ये हो गया 2 माइनस ये 0 हो गया. ठीक है, अब डॉट तो हट गया है. नाउ वी हैव टू रिमूव ऑल द लास्ट जो भी मैंने डिजिट्स डाले हैं, राइट, फ्रॉम माय टेम्पररी स्ट्रिंग. So while num not equals to 0, temp dot pop underscore back and num equals to num by 10. And finally we will return. I think this should be enough. Let's try running this. Okay. Temp dot push back. Okay. So if you see, push back is no function. On line number 20, character number 18. This is how you have to read. Line number 20, character number 18. There is no method by the name of this, and it has properly explained also कि कहाँ पे error है. So line number 18. Let's run it. Okay, see, I've got all wrong answers. So somehow my answer vector is going empty. In this, answer has come, but okay, yeah. So we are doing some error in the base case. So okay. So let's do dry run for this actually. इसके अंदर फोर हो जाए तो सही है क्योंकि लास्ट में वो आएगा. So if I make it as 4 because it would come, right? 4. Okay. Now I think this should work. Okay, test case 2 passed. Case 3 failed. I've got 1.0.10.23. ठीक है. 10.1.0.23. This test case is also coming. 10.10.2.3 ये भी आ रहा है, but ये वाला मिस हो रहा है and ये वाला मिस हो रहा है. So there are 2 parts that are missing. Let's see how which 1.0. So उसने first dot वहां लगाया.
Hello, Arun.
Yes, who's this?
Mohit.
Hello.
Like first of all, the basic, the what is that? Recursive itself, understanding it's difficult, right? Iterative approach. uh, like function calling itself, how you are approaching the problems in terms of recursive. Like it is too many test cases and too many
Yep.
functionality we need to check, right?
Yeah. So all of this you have to do it in your head only. Yeah.
Okay.
There is no like practice will make you perfect, and just see how I am imagining, how I am s- comparing. Right.
Okay.
There is no other way. There are two. If you see, I'm having a look at this and I'm dry running it in my own head. Why I'm dry running it in my own head is because I think my problem solving, I am capable enough, I feel like. But if I would not have been able to think, I would again use a copy and pen and do that only. Because this is very high in visualization, very complex in visualization, or we might have to think of some other recursive solution. It would be done by recursion only, but we might have to think of something else.
Uh, and you at the initial time you come to the conclusion of we need to solve using recursive only. Like as per my knowledge, the stacks overflow will happen, right? Even if it is smaller value, if you go with the recursive also, it is fine. Is it fine?
No, I told you initially only there is no other approach. If you can think of some other approach, I would be more than happy to discuss. But there is no other approach.
Okay.
Yeah, you can think of and you can discuss, but there's no other approach.
No, like if we want to go with the recursive, like how to decide? Like we can approach like this way using
There's
recursion.
one thing which, if the constraints are smaller,
Mm-hmm.
because it is clearly mentioned in the question that you
Mm-hmm.
have to give all the permutations. You have
Okay.
to return all the valid IP addresses in any order. So when you are, finding out recursive parts, there is no other way. Permutations में लगेगा ही recursion.
Understood. Understood. Hmm.
Okay. Mm, okay. Yeah. Let me just think of this. How is it that this is missing? What we can do is we can start printing temp actually.
What I am observing is the three parts is missing, like 102 and 101 is missing. Or-
Okay. Yeah. Good observation. This. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Three ones are missing. You're right. So I think we are doing some issue. We're doing some error here in the third ones. If index plus 2 is lesser than s dot size and num not num into 100. See how foolish we are. Num into 10. Yeah, this should work now. Okay, we're line number 7. Oh yeah, I was. Oh yeah, all the three test cases passed. Let's try submitting it. Oh see, done deal. Accepted. Perfect. Okay. Next question, please. Guys, are you there? I hope you are not bored. But did you see how I was like? I was also stuck right there.
I'm just trying to understand.
So basically, let me see if also let me check when was the last time I had done this question, or there could. Oh, see, I'm also doing this for the first time, by the way, right?
So if we place three dots, so basically then we should check the last segment, right?
Sorry,
Yeah. So if we place three dots, then we should check the last segment, right?
it completely depends on how you are thinking of using recursion. It
Okay.
depends on your approach. Okay.
Yes. I
Everything
had to practice like
totally.
300 questions. That's it.
All right. Just follow this. Just follow this. Just see that you and me both are normal. You will also realize this. I would also get stuck. Next question, please, quickly. If you see, we are at 9:40. When we finished the last question, it was at 9:16. So if you take out the time difference, is this a hard question or a medium question? This is a medium question. So time allowance is 20 to 25 minutes. Time difference is 24 minutes. I think we were about the time. I think within the time we solved it. Yeah. Let's pick next. Should we pick some tree wala question?
But
Can I
I
send a
shared
question?
one question.
Sorry, come again?
Can you check it? Yeah, I shared one question.
Okay, let me just open that.
Trapping a rainwater in chat. It is there.
Where Akash, you're Akash, huh?
That one. Yes, yes.
Oh यार ये वाला मुझे भी नहीं आता.
Arun, there are a lot of like couple of the topics that is not covered in that class. Like
I know, but Google will
uh,
not ask this ना कि क्या
Google
पढ़ा है.
Class are
Google is not going to ask कि क्या पढ़ा है क्या नहीं पढ़ा है. Google is definitely going to give you the question straight out. यार ये वाला question I also don't know. I face issues with this problem trapping rainwater and that rectangle wala question. That both of those questions falls under stack, and till now I have not been able to, I don't
I shared a
remember the
question.
approach. Yeah, I don't like every time I see the approach, I'm able to understand it, but I have never been able to keep it in my head. So I would get back to you around this tomorrow for sure. But after thinking a solution of
Can
my
I
own.
share? Can I share
I,
my
sh-
experience?
I shared a question.
Okay, let me just see that question. Neat code search in 2D matrix. Arey yaar, this is also one of the good questions. This will be done via binary search. And
Okay.
I tell you in this question, what you have to do is you can stand at this index. If this index is probably, let's say, smaller, so then you have to increase one column or increase one row. Or if this value is bigger, then decrease one column. Okay, I have never practiced on neat code, but search in a 2D metric. This is also available on lit code actually.
Yeah, everything is happening with code.
Yeah. So
I think you also added in the our portal also.
yeah, yeah,
It's a portal too.
yeah. Is this the question?
Yep.
Okay. You're given each row.
It's a little different, but it's okay.
Oh, it is different.
Like, no, not like like I think the test cases are a little different. That's all. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
question is
Yes, yes, right. Let me see when was last time we did it. Oh, if you see, I did it last time in 2022, and I was also not able to do it. But 26th Feb also I did. That time it was accepted. Let's try doing it now. You are given an n cross n integer matrix with following two properties. Each row is sorted in non-decreasing order. The first integer of each row is greater. First integer of each row. Oh, अच्छा, ठीक है. Given an integer target, return true if the target is in matrix or false. ठीक है, इसको इस तरीके से करते हैं. Let's take this as v and let's take this as n. Row equals to 0, comma column equals to v dot v of 0 dot size minus 1 while my row is lesser than v dot size and column is greater than equals to 0 if my v of row comma column equals n, then I can return true. Else if row is sorry v of row comma column is greater than n, which means we need to go towards दोनों sorted है. Left side I would go when this is bigger, right? So column minus minus else row plus plus, and finally return 0 if this comes out of the loop. So both the test cases passed. Submitted. Done. All 133 test cases passed.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, let me explain this question if you have not understood. Thoda sa. If you see, it is given in the question that all the rows are sorted, all the columns are sorted. Okay? And everything is in increasing order. So 1, 3, 5, 6, 10, 11, 16. So this way you would find it in increasing order only. Okay?
Okay.
Okay? It is given in the question. If you see, the first integer of each row is greater than the last integer of the previous row.
Uh,
So when this is greater than this, and each row is in increasing order only. So definitely the complete matrix is in increasing order.
in easy order. Yeah.
Quick thumbs up, everyone, yes or no? I am not able to communicate with Vidyotma. Vidyotma, I'm not able to hear you. Then there is Tharun also. Tharun, I'm not able to hear you. So and Mamani Kedarnath, Komaljit, guys, you have to speak up. Okay. So now when it is sorted, so what I did was I took this index. That's why in this row is 0 and column is the last column. So I'm standing at this index. Now come inside. Don't go by the condition. Come inside. If this matches with n, if this matches where I'm standing, if this matches with n, then of course return true. Nahi to, if this number is bigger, this number, let us say, is bigger than my n. Let us say you have to find 5, okay, or 4. Let's consider 4. So if this number is bigger, numbers below are definitely going to be bigger than 4. Yes or no?
Yes.
Everyone. So that is why in this column and column ahead of it are definitely not having 4. Yes or no?
Yep.
So this portion I should remove. That's why what did I do? Column minus minus. So I came on this column now. So we are just now handling this part, this part of the matrix. Now we again came here. Okay, let us consider one more test case. Consider that you have to find 11. Okay, so previously you were standing here. Now just imagine if this number is smaller than the number that you want to find. So definitely the number would exist in the lower rows because इससे ऊपर तो नहीं हो रहा है. ये for sure है because इसके left में सारे नंबर छोटे हैं. Yes or no?
Yes.
And इसके ऊपर भी सारे नंबर इससे छोटे ही होंगे. For sure.
Yeah, that's the limit basically.
Right? So that is why row plus plus. So if you see this portion of the matrix is where we are finding. Okay. This way you are not iterating on each and every index, and if you would have done that, then it would have been order of n square. But we are reducing one row and we are reducing one column. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, makes sense. That's why all the test cases passed.
Yeah, Arun, but in the table, like, why only the 3 number is highlighted?
I don't know. In this, he would have asked to find 3, na? That's why. This test case is 3.
So they are just assuming like we are targeting 3 first, right?
Yeah. It is a test case, use case that they have explained. Okay, na?
Okay.
I don't know. So the time complexity should be O of log m cross n, right?
In this, I'm actually not able to evaluate if the time complexity is log of m plus n.
Acha.
But actual because we are in a way doing binary search only. If you see.
Obviously.
Right? So m plus n ही है इसका, because what you are doing is you are going diagonally, actually, sort of diagonal. So that's why order of log of m into n.
Yep.
But if you would want me to come to that time complexity, that would be difficult now. Because mathematically possible, but imagine कर लो क्योंकि binary search ही कर रहे हैं in a way. Binary search is log of n. So either it is 2D, so m into n बन रहा होगा for sure, somewhere around that only.
So basically, we're considering the 2D axis as a 1D array, right?
No, we are not. Where did I
Uh,
consider?
Call. Call equals to
And
n.
where one's plus is plus plus. Oh no! My bad. I got it.
All the other
I got it.
folks were not communicating. Vidyotma, Tarun, have you understood?
Yes, I understood. Yeah.
Srinivas, Pranjal, didn't see you communicating though.
Oh, I've just joined actually.
Arun, I solved this problem I think 2 days back.
That is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have understood this problem, shall we move to the next question?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, done. Next question is, Ashish, should I pick this question which you have shared?
Yeah, yes, Arun.
Okay. Oh, yeah. 404. I think this is some question inside the competition.
Okay.
Yeah, so I am not allowed. Akash, Sudoku solver. Oh, this is a hard problem. Let's see if I have done it in the past or not. No, I have also not done it. Where did you get this question from, man? Write a problem to solve Sudoku puzzle by filling the empty cells. The Sudoku must satisfy all the following rules. Each of the digit 1 to 9 must occur exactly once in each row. Each of the digit 1 to 9 must occur exactly once in each column. Each of the digit must exactly be inside a sub box also. The character this indicates an empty cell. Okay, okay. The input box. So, acha, we have to, solve it, right? Okay. Shown above, only valid solution is shown here. Okay. It is guaranteed that the input board has only one solution. Okay. Let's do it. I think this is interesting. This looks tough, but I don't think this is tough. And let's see the constraints. Board length is 9. So of course this question would be solved by recursion only. And there is no optimization also. Mohit, pay attention again. What did I say? Key permutations होंगे multiple. This is for sure. And if you see also, constraints are so less because recursive solutions will always go in exponential only. Okay? Mohit, are you there?
Yes. I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So always look at the constraints, because if constraints are high for a recursive solution, then 100% DP would be there. Some way we would be optimizing. Okay? So, chalo. What are the possible pitfalls? Or basically, if I'm standing at an index X, is that valid or not? So we can create a Boolean check valid by passing our board row int row comma int column comma, this is what, string character. Okay, character C, for which we have to check whether this character is allowed at this place or not. This is what I am checking. So this character, if let us say I want to put 5 here, so what should I check? That in this column there should be only 1 5. If there is more than 1 5, I have to return false, which means 5 is not valid here. In this row also I have to check that only 1 5 should be there, and in this full one box only 1 5 should be there. So let's first go for the column part. For int I equals to 0 comma I less than, how many columns are there? V of, no, how columns is like size wala, right? So v dot size comma I plus plus. If I is equals to row, then we have to continue. If my v of not row I comma, I'm checking inside this column only, right? So column is equals to C, then we have to simply return false because only one can be there. Now I have to find inside this row fully, right? So let me copy and paste this only. I equals to 0. How many columns are there? V of 0 dot size. Okay, I plus plus. If I equals to column, then we have to continue. For int, I have to check in a particular row, right? And here I have to return false. Now row and column are checked. What is the next? I have to check inside a box. Now this is going to be tricky. How would you check inside a particular box? So let me first. Okay, there are going to be 9 boxes only. This is for sure. So now how do we figure this out? In which box we are, and if we divide it by 3, we would be able to check in which row we are and in which column we are. For example, if this is 0, 1, 2, which means if we divide it by 3, so row would come out to be that 0 wala thing, right? So int init row equals to row by 3. Int init column is equal to column by 3. ठीक है? कैसे? If let us say you're standing here, right? So this is what index? Row is 0, 1, 2, 3. Row is 3 index. So 3 by 3, or let's pick this one, this index, okay? For your clarity. This is which row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So 5 by 3. Basically 4, sorry. 4 by 3. So 4 by 3 is 1. So row would come out to be 1, right? So if you actually see it, this is in the first row of bigger squares. And column would be what? Which is this column? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So again 4 by 3. So if you see 1, 1, we are perfect, right? We are at this bada wala square. So now what do we have to do? We have to iterate inside this matrix, small matrix. So for int I equals to init row, I lesser than init row plus, okay, this is init row comma call plus 1 plus 2. So this should be plus 3, I plus plus. For int j equals to init call comma j less than init call plus 3 comma j plus plus. If your row init row equals to row and init call equals to call, then you have to continue. Else, if v of I comma j equals to your c, then also you have to return 0, which means false. If you have survived all the 3 barriers or all the 3 checks, which means this position is a valid position. right? Now let's start solving it. So first is we have built the check valid function. So what we can do is now
Arun,
हाँ बोलो.
like which number we can able to add that in the whichever the empty boxes we are checking, in those manner we are adding it, right? Based
No,
upon
first हाँ अभी we have not yet added. We have just built the check valid function. If this is valid or not. If this number could be added at this position or
basically
not.
whatever the condition they have mentioned, we are validated either a row wise and column wise, and also inside that 3, 3 matrix.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Arun, we have to like skip the invalid numbers early, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I just created this method. Now we have to iterate on this matrix and fill this box. And it is saying that only one is allowed, right? Okay. So for int I equals to 0, I lesser than I dot size, comma I plus plus. Now we have to iterate on v of 0 dot size, comma j plus plus. What we are given is now what all if basically v of I comma j is not equals to this dot, which means our number is already placed, so we can continue. Otherwise I have 9 scenarios to put. So for int I equals to 1, I less than equals to 9. ठीक है ना? So what we do is v of I comma j equals to I plus character 0. So this will convert this to a character. We should check, right? First, we should check it here. If my check valid, what will you put here? V row comma column comma C. So V row is I, column is J, C is what? C is your I plus. Oh, right. So this could be K actually, not I. K. K plus character 0. Only then we should do it. And now we should pass it to the recursion to check if I am valid here. There is only one solution. No?
Arun, that k plus whatever that zero you're adding, which we are converting into the number, right? Integer.
No, number we are converting it to a character.
But character, Okay, okay. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Hmm. Sometimes recursion fucks your mind, actually, where you are not able to think the test case. But this is a hard
Initial
problem.
levels, it is still hard.
Yeah?
Because we in our college we solved only basic level like Fibonacci series, all those stuff. In this level, we never solved it.
Sometimes it becomes very, very difficult in this complex kind of questions, huh, where recursion is involved. It becomes actually difficult to, you know, imagine. Let's make a helper function where we have to pass in this v fully pass kar do. If flag equals to 1, then straight away return. ठीक है. Okay, let's create a helper method now. Bool and helper. Okay, that's why.
To this helper function, we can add row and column arguments. And if it is passing, we can increment column and call the same recursive call.
No, that would not work actually. I would also explain right now. Okay, this is wrong.
We're trying numbers 1 to 9, right?
Oh yeah, sorry. Not here, but here. Equals to dot. Time limit exceeded. Okay.
Arun, you have added that dot because of if it is not that number is not valid, we are replacing that character again with respect to dot. Is it like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is giving time limit exceeded. I think we have not put the base case.
And there shouldn't be any duplicate in row or column, right? Or box.
हाँ वो तो check valid बन गया ना.
I'm stuck. I was stuck there.
हाँ वो तो check valid बन गया. There's only one issue जो हमको figure out करना है. भी time limit exceeded आ रहा है. So it is breaking somewhere. और what we can do is इसको comment करो. ठीक है. And straight away helper को दे दो V. For it I equals to 0, I lesser than V dot size. ये 0 dot से ये J हो गया. Not continue कर दिया. For n k equals to 1, k less than equals to. If check valid. I'm not getting any other approach in my head, and also I'm not able to think also. Where am I going wrong?
How?
Hmm.
Like we have to check if the numbers are valid. How are we doing that? I'm just confused there.
Yes. So what the check valid is doing its job properly. The place where we are getting stuck is okay. This should be break. Yeah, I think we can skip it here. Let's move to the next question. We've given it enough time. Let's
Like,
move to the question, guys.
कितना time देगा एक question solve करने के लिए if it's hard?
If it's hard, I think at max, see, it is advisable ki good time is 40 minutes. But if you consider it to be 35 minutes, 30, 35 in your head. But yeah, I think we have surpassed the time. 15, no, we have not. 15 plus 20, it is 35. We have surpassed. So yeah, let's move to the next question. Next question, guys.
Yeah, Arun, I shared one more question. It is sliding window maximum.
Okay, where is it? This one?
Yes. Yeah, before moving to this problem, I
Sure,
have one question.
one question. I would ask anyone else if so that like I want to take one question from everyone, then I want to repeat. Pranjal, Tarun, Vidyotma, guys, you have not really shared any question till now.
Can we solve any tree question which you have mentioned, Arun?
Give it to me, or if you want, I can pick from the portal.
I don't know, I'm being very honest. Like it'll take me like 20 days to like, you know, get
Mhm.
prepared properly, like at least
And
200 questions. More
which
than.
one would you want, Mohit?
Can we try serialize and deserialize?
Okay, yeah, why not? Let's go. Let's do.
Anxiety picking.
No, it shouldn't. I was also not able to solve this question. Anxiety should kick in me or you? Let me check. I have also not submitted. I have also not done this.
Arun, as per my knowledge, trees is most of the time we solve with using recursion only, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because you have to iterate on tree, and there's only one way you can iterate, which is via recursion.
Okay.
Okay. Serialization is a process of converting a data structure on an object into a sequence of bits so that it can be stored in a file or memory buffer or transmitted across a network connection link to be reconstructed later in the same or another computer environment. Design an algorithm to serialize or deserialize a binary tree. There is no restriction on how your serialization deserialization algorithm should work. You just need to ensure that binary tree can be serialized to a string, and this string can be deserialized into the original tree structure. Okay. Clarification: the input output format is same as how lead code serializes a binary tree. You do not necessarily need to follow this format. अच्छा, ठीक है. Chalo, let's think. Basically, I have to serialize this, and when I'm given the same data, I have to convert it back to a tree. And is this given as BST or what? Or a binary tree? Okay. There is no BST. So we have to.
BST is more easy, right? Because we have
Yeah.
left, right?
Yeah, BST is slightly easier because in order would give you a, what do you say? In order
Like
of BST would give you a sorted
order
array.
manner.
Yeah, sorted array. Hmm. Let's think of some pattern. Binary means two, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think I've got it.
Arun, for the input of their root which they are given, their output is also same. Like how they are returning the output.
They are not. If you see, we just have to complete these two methods. They can be checking however they want. The point is how they would be checking is they would first give me a tree. They would ask me to serialize it and then deserialize it, then compare both the trees. So when I would
Understood.
return a tree node after deserialization, they would then.
Understood. They have already using these two function. We need to finish this two function. Okay.
Yeah. So let's do it. Hmm. If I store it in an array, just like how heap does it, this, who would be the children? Children would be 2 into index plus 1 and index plus 2. So if this is at 0th index, this would be at 1 index, 2 into 0 plus 1, 2 into 0 plus 2. Same way is, who would be its kids? Kids would be 2 in my array, 2 into 1 plus 1 and 2 into 1 plus 2, which is what? At index number 3 and 4.
Basically, we are iterating through an index for all the nodes based upon the +1 and +2, something like that.
Yeah. And how do we give a distinction between two elements of the array?
Can you repeat the question, Arun?
How do we give a distinction? Because we have to convert that array into a string then.
We can use comma.
Comma would be great.
As comma.
Like we can use any character, right? Like as
Right.
you mentioned, comma or hyphen, anything we can use it.
Yep.
Later we can deserialize according to our needs based upon that character.
Yes.
I don't know. Are we like converting the tree into a list, right?
We are. Just how we create a heap.
So we use BFS basically, and the knowledge part 2. Okay, we create a heap. Okay.
So now just for visualization, I'm using a copy and a pen. Okay.
Okay.
How to levelly traverse a tree? By using a queue, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So let's do a level order traversal. Hmm. Hmm. Helper. We are going to pass root and v. We can create a method private here. यहाँ बना लेते हैं और नहीं तो प्राइवेट भी नहीं होना पब्लिक बनाते हैं रूट कॉमा इसमें 0 तो नहीं होगा ना अच्छा वैल्यू नेगेटिव में भी हो सकती है ओके well let's do a level order traversal of a tree Okay, how do we denote null? Null could be denoted by 2000, okay? Because node dot value is between -1000 to 1000, which means 0 can't be used to denote null, right? Hmm. If front equals to null, then my pushback 2000 and continue. This should be q dot pop. Else push q ka left. No, sorry, front ka left. Q dot push front का right. ठीक है? And this way we can return. So this is level order traversal, right? Guys, do you think I'm doing some error here? Or this is fine?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Level order is fine, right? We have to return it to a string, right? Comma I plus plus string answer. Okay. Let's initialize it with empty string. So answer equals to answer plus. We have to now convert this integer to a string, right? What is the method to convert integer to a string?
Two underscore string.
Hmm?
Two underscore string.
Two underscore string.
Okay. C++, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. This seems fine, right? Two underscore string.
Yes.
Okay. Comma. Say we will separate, and finally we will return. Now the main thing comes. So we have serialized it in our own way. Now the main thing comes, which is like deserialization. है ना? So we are given data, which is the string that we created, right?
Can we print answer and check till this point?
But check होगा कैसे? जब तक deserialize नहीं करोगे तब तक how would you compare?
We can see in the result compilation.
The compilation would give wrong error, wrong answer only, na? Because you have not decentralized.
But whatever prints we have given, it won't print. Won't it print?
Like, what would you do with that? Like, if you want, I can do that. See. Okay. Line number 32. Oh, okay, void. Line number 21.
We're parsing the string to get values. So
We have not really parsed right now. We have to parse now.
we have to, yeah.
See, it came as empty only, no? Because serialization
Yeah.
deserialization.
Can we print? I mean, see out string.
What he's asking, Arun, take an example. For
Yeah,
the
in this,
verification
right?
purpose, just
Instead of
print
return
the answer.
answer, we can see
Most
out
of the
and
time, for the in the debug mode, we can't test it in apart from premium, right?
Okay.
He just validating his answer,
You're
whether it,
landing in a string. Oh,
Something wrong.
yeah. We didn't push, na? Our thing.
we are pushing only 2000
Yes.
only.
So, no, no. This is front, right? Front ka val.
For 2000, we can take any number, no, Arun? Like just for indication of zero only, we are pushing that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay, this one.
Now let's deserialize it. So you are given an array, or you are given a string, comma separated. You have to fetch out the numbers and put it in your vector, and then create a string.
Are we given a string or the string is coming in bits one by one?
No, no, it is coming in string only. See, string दिया हुआ है ना?
We'll get the values by that.
Hmm.
So basically, we are whatever the string we are getting, we are converting into tree, no.
Now we have to, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Data की जगह S कर दो. Okay. Now
Right now, we act as a delimiter for comma, and we are making
yeah,
it as and left and right, right?
yeah.
Okay.
While to 10 plus S of I minus character 0, and this goes for I plus plus. This will come at comma and then it would go again. Perfect. Finally, we can read or push back the number 10. Okay. Now we have everything in the array. So what we have to do now, we have to convert this array to a tree, right? Hmm. So how do you convert an array to a tree?
Like it is a doubly linked list now, Arun.
No, it is
So,
a vector. It is an array.
sir, no. The construction part I am telling.
Mhm.
So initial time, whichever the number we are reading, we can create the first node, which is
Mhm.
having the value and the null at the each and every direction. So from there, we can whichever the number it is getting, then we can add it, right? I'm
So
just
Mohit, you're saying that we can create the root node from the first value, right?
Sorry.
I'm thinking like that. Like if it is there
Okay,
in the
I got it. What you
Sure.
can do is
Mhm.
First, convert everything to a node. Okay. So unordered map. Mm, int comma map. Okay. Map of ith index. So if your v of I is equals to 2000, which means now this is a null node, right? So map of I equals to null node. Whereas else what you did was map of I equal to new tree node. What do you pass in there? You pass in the value v of I. Right? The left and right would be null. Now what do you have to do? You have to build connections. How do you build connections? For each and every, connect everything to a parent, right? Or for each and every node, na, find the kids. Scan v dot size, comma I plus plus. Now, who all are the kids? If your v of I equals to 0, then you do not have kids. So continue. Else, who are your kids? Kids are 2 into I plus 1 and 2 into I plus 2, right? So map of I left is map of 2 into I plus 1. So this is 0, 1 and 2. So 0 into 2 plus 1 is 1. Na? Okay. Map of this thing and map of I ka right, map of 2 into I plus 2. Perfect. Now finally return map of 0 because 0th index would be there. Let's try to run it. Okay. Runtime error. हम लोग कभी we are somewhere we are accessing null, which means we are doing some issue with the deserialization only. So let's see this. Let's dry run it so that we find out the error. We took a vector. Temp is 0. And not equals to null or comma. Okay. I plus plus then. Oh, how would minus 120 be stored in a string? It would be minus 1 to 0, right?
Basically, what this while loop logic is doing, Arun, like we are segregating from the comma and we are adding it. Why multiply with 10 is
Yes. Yep. Hmm. But then the first element could be negative also, no? है ना? And your I plus plus. ठीक है. This is also done इधर पे equals to null. I think runtime error is coming here. If v of I is equals to equal. Sorry, it's not v of I, it is map of I. See, this is the error. See, both the tests is passed, and now let's submit it. Okay, 32 test cases passed out of 53. Let's see where is the issue. Okay. Root 1, 2, 3, null, null, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 nulls. ठीक है ना? Output is, अच्छा, my output is coming out to be this thing. But expected is this thing, huh? Okay. Which means deserialization mein we are doing some issue. We're doing some
That
error.
I plus 2 is giving some issues, I think.
Could be, yeah, वही देखते हैं. Let's see. Oh, this is not v dot size. I think this is v dot size, huh? V dot size because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15. Okay, v dot size. I think this should be good. Let's just print v, right? Let's try to print out v. Okay. And now let's run it. We can skip printing this though. Now let's print all the elements that are coming in the vector. ठीक है, इसमें 7 is not coming if you see. Oh, 7, I think 7 is coming. 7 is coming. So our vector is correct. 1, 2, 3, 2000, 2000. If you see, यही आना चाहिए, right? 1, 2, 3, it is coming. Then 2000, 2000, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 बार 2000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 बार 2000. Yeah. This is good. है ना? I think then we are doing some issue here only. V dot size v of I equals, if v of I is 2000, then map of I is this. Of I is v of I. ठीक है. Let's try and print it also. So now let's put this here. I think we would have node for each and every index, right? So C out I map of I. This should give me some index, right? Or and let's put it in a new line also. Yeah. Okay. So in total, there were how many elements? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in total, till 14 index are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 should come, right? मतलब कितने? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So we have that thing for each and every element now, right? Basically 0 के लिए we have a node, right? 1 के लिए we have a node and 2 के लिए we have a node. Then these both are null, which we can see. Then both of them have node, right? Now for int I equals to 0, I less than v dot size I plus plus, right? If map of I is 0, right, then there are no kids, right? So that's why continue. Otherwise, map of I ka left is map of 2 into I plus 1 and 2 into I plus 2. Yeah, what is the error? I think there is a very silly error that we are doing. Are we? So we are missing 6 and 7 somehow, which means connections to 6 and 7 are not made. Yeah, please unmute and speak up, whoever this is. Who is this? Whoever raised the hand, please speak up. There is just one connection that is missing. I think that is with the 5. Let's build this tree actually. I think that will help us in visualization. So this is 1, then 2, then 3. Then this is 2, do not have kids.
I don't know, we're returning the root, right?
Yeah.
So it should come.
4, 5. Then the next one is 6 and 7. This is the tree. So 4 key connections may fifth index should be 4. 5. Okay. Got it. I got my mistake actually. We would have to change the logic of serialization. Or so the way in which we are serializing, that is wrong. Matlab, that will surely have some pitfalls, which I'm able to see now. So what I would like to suggest all of you is to build this tree on your, and then you would serialize it accordingly, according to the algo that we have picked. And then, so I've shared it in the chat. And now do it, like serialize, build the tree first, serialize it, and then deserialize it. You would find the issue. There is an issue with the serialization. We have serialized it in a wrong way, or we should find some other thing. Because what heap wala logic does is they have a balanced binary tree. It is given that in the question we are given a binary tree, and it is not said that it is a balanced binary tree. So that heap wala logic would fail. Okay.
So basically, we have the issue at the serialization, right?
Yeah. Serialization logic is wrong. So we have to rethink about the serialization logic first.
So basically, and then we're like returning this string representation, which can later be used to reconstruct the tree, right?
Yeah.
Let me have to check.
Basically, what you are telling, Arun, in the any level of node, sometimes left side node is also not there, or
Yeah.
only one node. Those kind of scenarios, it is failing.
Yes.
I understood.
Because initially we were using heap wala logic, and how
Yes,
is
exactly. That +1 +2 is applicable only in that condition only.
Yes.
If you have maximum, not exactly, we have two nodes at each and every level,
So
but that is not there in this condition.
yes, that is for balanced binary tree. But it nowhere in the question it is mentioned that we have a balanced binary tree.
So
That is why. But okay, never mind. We did good practice today, and I see that 2 people have already dropped, and we are also done with 2 hours. So we'll continue this. Okay. That is all for today, guys. Tomorrow we'll see at the same time. I'll stop the recording now.